Good morning, children. In the last part of the video, we have continued with chapter number 9, the Maratha War of Independence. Today, we are going to move ahead with the same chapter. But let's take a revision of what we have studied in the last video. In the last video, we have covered about Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, that how he had fought bravely with the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, as well as different Mughal Sardars. In the same way, we have even studied about Maharani Yasubai's great courage to fight against Mughals. Until the end of her life, she did not give up. Even we have studied about different movements of the Marathas, that how they had been on the side of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj and fought for the Maratha kingdom. Today we are going to study about Maharani Tarabai, that how bravely after the death of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj she continued the battle against Mughals. Her courageous and bravery continued to fight against Mughals and be the part of Maratha kingdom. So let's continue with the explanation. After the death of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, now Emperor Aurangzeb thought that he had captured the Maratha kingdom, and the war that was started by the Maratha king or the Maratha Sardars had come to an end. That means the Maratha War of Independence had come to an end. But he was in the wrong notion. It was not so. Aurangzeb was continuously winning the battles one after the other, but the war did not end up. After the death of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, Maharani Tarabhai took in charge of the Maratha kingdom, and she came forward to lead the Swaraj movement. Though the conditions were unfavorable, but still the war continued. The war between the Marathas and the Mughals for the establishment of Swaraj. One of the Mughal historian had described Maharani Tarabai. The name of the historian is Khafi Khan. She was an intelligent and a brave woman. She was kind hearted and well versed with all the knowledge about administration, about politics, how to run the kingdom. Her management of the administration had won renown during the rule of her own husband. After the death of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, Maharani Tarabai took initiative to look after the work of Swaraj, and the struggle continued bravely with the help of different Maratha Sardars who had looked after the work of Swaraj as well as helped Maharani Tarabai to look after the work of kingdom. Aurangzeb started capturing the forts that were under the control of Marathas. Slowly and gradually, he started winning one after the other battles against Marathas. In the same way, Emperor Aurangzeb had captured Satara and Panhala, which was under the control of Maratha territory. But at the same times, Marathas had given him answer. The answer was such that the Marathas dashed up to the Mughal areas of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Maharani Tarabai expanded the war areas further. She warned that everywhere Maratha power should be established. Everyone should rule himself and should not be ruled by others. So, Maratha Sardars, the brave great Maratha Sardars like Krishnaji Sawant, Khanderao Dabhade, Dhanaji Zadav, and Nebaji Shinde opened battles against Mughals on various fronts outside the Maharashtra and captured the Mughal territories. This was a sign of a great change in the outcome of the war, that it was not just fought between the Maharashtra and the regions that were in the Maharashtra, but it was spread in other parts of the state also. Maharani Tarabai had fought against the Mughals for 7 years. She kept the Maratha kingdom strong enough, and to make it more stronger to fight against Mughals, she had involved different Maratha Sardars in this work. She took charge of the administration single handedly and encouraged the Sardars to participate in the mission of Swaraj. She felt that yes, Marathas should be released from the power of Mughals. And this could be possible when all the great Maratha Sardars and great Maratha warriors would come together. So, in this mission, Maratha Sardars fought against the Mughals up to Sironji, Mandasur, and Malwa. These regions are in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat. That means the battle continued in different states also. Khan, we know, he was a great Mughal historian and he had described about Maharani Tarabai. Maharani Tarabai, as we all know, that she was the wife of Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, and we have seen his bravery and courage to fight against the Mughals. So, in the same way, Maharani Tarabai had achieved great things and displayed the qualities of knowledge, leadership, and the good administrative skills to handle the kingdom, as well as to handle the army to fight against enemies. Her management skills were great. It added the force to the Maratha campaigns and awareness about self independency to look after the work of Swaraj. Thus, Maharani Tarabai had kept a legacy of valor that was inherited by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. She did not let it down. She continued the war till the end of her life. Due to the forceful campaigns of the Marathas, Aurangzeb was frustrated, and this war of Mughal and Marathas continued till 25 years. At last, Mughals could not defeat the Marathas, and in these circumstances, Emperor Aurangzeb had lost his life. He had died in 1707 CE at Ahmednagar. With his death, the war between the Mughals and Marathas came to an end. That means the Maratha War of Independence ended with his death. This Maratha War of Independence was a fight between the Mughals and the Marathas. But here Mughal emperors were having the greed to expand their empire. On the other hand, the Marathas had the spirit of independence. That means everyone should rule themselves. They should not be ruled by others. So this was a fight between the good and evil. And ultimately, evil had lost everything and good won. The truthness won. That means the Marathas had won the battle. The Marathas emerged victorious in it. And after the death of Aurangzeb, they led others in filling the vacuum in the political arena. That means, after the death of Emperor Aurangzeb, Marathas took in charge of the Delhi throne, Delhi Sultanate, and they look after the affairs of Delhi Sultanate. Marathas had controlled the throne of Delhi after the death of Emperor Aurangzeb, as the War of Independence was ended. They had looked after each and every work of Delhi, as well as in the other parts of Hindustan, and protected them from enemies. Not only the enemies in the nations, but also from the other foreign countries, the Portuguese, Siddhis, Dutch, and so on. Therefore, the 18th century is known as the century of Marathas. The struggle of the Marathas had sown its seeds in the 18th century, and the results and its fruits are being seen now also. We are free, we are independent, and we know many had sacrificed their lives for us. So we should appreciate and we should honor their sacrifices. And we should understand their feeling and to protect our nation. It is very important we should understand the importance of independence in the life. Moving on to the last part of this chapter is the family tree of the Bhosles. You can see in your textbook on page number 42. You need to draw this in your notebook. You can have a look of this family tree and you can prepare it. You can see that it starts with Maloji Raje, and Maloji Raje was having a son, Shahaji Raje, and the year is given 1594 CE to 1664 CE. After that, Shahaji Raje, then Sambhaji Raje, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, and Vyankoji. These three were there who were looking after the Maratha kingdom. Among them, we all are aware about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, 1630 CE to 1680 CE. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was having two sons. The elder was Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, 1657 CE to 1689 CE, and the younger one was Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj, 1670 CE to 1700 CE. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj was having a son, Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj, 1682 CE to 1749 CE. And here Chhatrapati Rajaram Maharaj were having two sons, one from son of Tarabai and the other was Rajasbai. So the son of Tarabai was Chhatrapati Shivaji and the son of Rajasbai was Chhatrapati Sambhaji. The next one is Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj had adopted a son, Chhatrapati Ram Raja, 1750 CE to 1777 CE, and Chhatrapati Shivaji, that is a son of Maharani Tarabai, had adopted for a Satara Gaddi, that was Ram Raja. Go through the family tree of the Bhosles and have a look on that so that you can understand it, that how it had been went through step by step. I think you all are aware about what is a family tree. It gives us the information about a generation from one generation to the next generation and the leading generation. So even if your family is having a family tree, so you can just have an idea that how it moves from one generation to another generation. In this part of the video, we have seen that how Maharani Tarabai had a great courage and bravery to fight against Mughals, and this fight continued with her for 7 years. She did not lose hope. She motivated many of the Maratha Sardars to fight against Mughals and to work for Swaraj. She had worked about self-independency and this continued with her braveness. And we have seen that how Kafi Khan, a Mughal historian, had described about her work. We have seen even the family tree of the Bhosles, that how a generation is passed on to the next generation and this Maratha kingdom continued. I hope you have understood the video. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.